Lately, my channel has become consumed by marketing content, and that's because that's what my life has been consumed by. And there's a lot of valuable things that I'm learning. I've talked to you guys about how I work at a bike shop, and last summer, their very first summer in business, I want to say they did like $300,000 or $400,000 in sales over the whole summer. And I think this May, we're going to break that this month alone. In fact, today was a really slow day. It's overcast, it's been windy, there's storms. And on the slow day at the location I work at alone, we did $10,000 worth of sales. Just goes to show you, man, we've had a lot of growth. And I'm the only marketing guy that was hired. And so I've really had to pick up a lot of this and learn a lot, test a lot, try a lot. So here are some of the most important and kind of valuable marketing frameworks and ideas that I've come away with that I want to share with you guys. So I'm going to start with two gems here. The first is that word of mouth trumps basically everything. Any marketing campaign that you've designed, any idea that you have for your business, word of mouth is going to be your most important thing to focus on. Secondly, leveraging existing customers is always going to be more efficient and a smarter way for you to spend your money and spend your time and resources than trying to acquire new customers. You want to focus on the people that have already bought from you. I started asking people when they come up to the counter and I'm selling them a bike, hey, where did you hear about us? If you don't mind me asking, was it Facebook, was it Instagram, what was it? And I swear to you, 50 to 60% of our customers, it's word of mouth. Oh, my neighbor got a bike with you guys. She loves it. She said you gave her a great deal and you got this free service going for her. You did XYZ, you delivered it. About half of our sales at this point come from word of mouth, from people that are telling their friends and family about our shop because they had such a great experience here. So that really goes to show you, okay, I can spend all this time and money trying to acquire new customers, but you know what actually has exponential potential for growth for my business? If I effectively turn my customers into recruiters for my business. I treat them so well that they start recruiting my next customers for me. Now, there are times early on into me marketing for this business that I was hustling my ass off and I was getting in front of over 100,000 people a month on our social media. And it definitely was effective. You'd had people come in and they'd mention, oh, I saw your Facebook post, so I bought this bike. Or, oh, I saw you guys on Instagram, like I had to come check it out. You guys looked like you had an interesting selection. That stuff did work, but I was hustling my face off, right? Still am to a degree. But you know what I didn't have to work hard for? The guy that went and told his neighbor to come buy a bike from us because we gave him a good price and we treated him really well. I didn't have to work my face off for that. And in fact, he went out and got us that business. Word of mouth is way more powerful than any marketing campaign you're ever gonna make. And I really wanna pair that point with the point that we're not afraid to be loss leaders. What does that mean? We're not afraid to lose up front if it means we're gonna win bigger in the long run. We're not afraid to lose out on profit now if it means we're going to get a bunch more business and a bunch more customers a year from now. And I think that kind of long-term thinking of not being afraid to take a short-term loss for a long-term gain, that's one of the biggest things that I've realized with this business really does work in the business world. One of the things that our shop is known for is if you come buy a bike or an e-bike from us, any issue, big or small, we're going to service your bike for a full year. That means if you get a flat, we're going to take care of it. If the technology stops working on your e-bike, we're going to take care of it. Big or small, the motor falls off, we're going to take care of it, right? And that's something that, in the short term doesn't make a lot of sense, but in the long term, we have a lot of people recommending our shop because we really do right by them and we take care of them if they have any issues. It gets us that positive rapport with our existing customers, which helps us to get more customers in the long run. Now, this next point that I want to make, y'all are going to hate on me for it because this sounds so basic, but it really does work. Honesty with your audience, right? At the end of the day, people have these innate senses of if you're trying to screw them or if you're really trying to look out for them. I get a little bit of shit at work sometimes because I sell an older version of a bike. I sell the version 1 of this bike. When the companies come out with a version 2, people will be like, yo, the version 2 is more. Why do you move so many of these version 1s? Why do you sell so many version 1s to people? The reason is the increase from the version 1 to the version 2 is not that great, but the price is a $500 hike. So I'll tell my customers flat out, I'll be like, yo, for what you want to do, this is the best bike in the shop, no question. And I wouldn't get the version 2. I want to save you $500 and get you on a version 1. And I want you to test ride them side by side so you can see that I'm telling you the truth. That kind of honesty goes a long way. People see, oh, he's not just trying to gouge me for the most amount of money. He's actually trying to make me happy. He's trying to look out for me. What does that do? That goes back to what we talked about. People are going to give me positive word of mouth. They're going to tell their neighbors, oh yeah, go talk to Mitchell. Go talk to this bike shop. They're going to help you out. They're not going to screw you over. They're going to give you good deals and get you the best bike for the price. I do that with our reviews too. There's a reason why our YouTube channel has been booming over the last few weeks. In my reviews, I'm incredibly honest. I'll say what I like and what I don't like about a bike. In fact, I'm not going to lie. In my last review, I called a bike a hipster motorcycle. So Let's see if I get fired. Data collection. That's another important one. Collecting good data on your customers, right? Not just so you can be transactional and be like, hey, we've got a 10% off sale, come buy from us, but so that you can actually tap in and take care of your people. I'll give you an example. Today I texted 15 of our prior customers from about 3 months ago and just asked them, hey, we wanted to check in and see how your bike's doing. I addressed them by name. I addressed the actual bike that they purchased from us. It wasn't some mass text sent out. I messaged 15 people individually. You know what came back to me? 2 people said, I love my bike so much. In fact, I'm telling my friends or I'm telling my family, to come buy from you guys. These bikes are great. One person wasn't really happy with a malfunction he was having with this bike, right? So I said, hey, you're still under that 1 year worth of free service. Let's get your bike in here. We'll take care of it, right? That turns an angry customer into potentially a happy customer. Goes back to that positive word of mouth, spreading a good reputation. I sold a basket to one guy. He said, I'm looking for a basket. I can't find one for my bike. Like, you text me at the right time. We just sold a basket. We put it on the shelf. We're putting it aside. Another guy goes, oh, you know what? My bike is great that I bought from you guys, but my wife's bike is having some issues. How much would it be for a tune-up? And I told him, it's going to be this much for a tune-up. In fact, I'm probably going to be passing by your part of the city soon. So let me pick it up and we'll just do the service on it, right? So you get these opportunities to build deeper relationships with existing customers just by simply messaging them and collecting good data so that you actually can message them, text them, email them, whatever you want to do. But keeping in touch with your customers, definitely a way to keep people happy and keep you on their mind. Now, lastly, my social media strategy. Now, we're a brick and mortar store. We sell bikes out of a physical location in Utah. So this may not work for you, but this is what worked for us. First, I focused on the platforms, the social media platforms, where you really want to build a reputation and where you can do locational targeting. What does that mean? Facebook and Instagram, right? I grew those platforms first because ultimately that's where people go to see, is there more about this company? Where can I get an idea of their reputation? What are they about? Who are they? Those are kind of those platforms where you can brand a face for yourself, right? On top of that, each of those platforms have really good locational marketing tools. I can get in front of people in Utah, buy our shop, and so I really focused on those platforms heavy first. Now, once I kind of maxed out the reach that we could get on those for a while, what I did is I switched over to YouTube. And YouTube's what I'm focusing on now because YouTube has that exponential growth potential where we can get in front of tons of people because YouTube's algorithm doesn't die. Your exposure doesn't die within a week of posting. If I post something on Instagram or Facebook, I'm going to stop getting views or exposure after probably a week. If I post a good video on YouTube, it's going to get exposure for the next few months because I make it searchable topics, right? It's a big search engine. So I think it's really important to figure out, okay, do I have a digital business? Do I have a physical business? What kind of marketing for social media should I focus on depending on that? And in fact, this video right here, I talk about that in more detail. You can click on that and it'll explain more.